Today is May 6, 2025, and as usual, there's lots of stupid stuff to talk about. So, yesterday on our ignorant Idaho local Trump state media here, um, the post was on the Daily Fly News, and they had a thing about how Velveeta Voldemort's plan to reopen Alcatraz faces some challenges. And of course, I decided to make a comment on that because that's my entertainment. Make a comment and see what MAGAt goobers are going to bite. The comment was America faces the challenge of having a dementia riddled old felon running loose, making stupid announcements such as the plan to use Alcatraz as a prison. And two MAGAts bit. Now, the first MAGAt, Eddie Granger Jr., I think that's his name. His comments are still there, so you can find them. Daily Fly News Post. Said that was Biden. If you can honestly sit here and say Biden wasn't mentally competent, then you're beyond brainwashed. Okay, Eds. So, what is it with MAGAts that every time you point out a flaw in their guy, they've got to try to project that onto the last guy or anybody else? But anyway, let's just take your comment for the sake of argument and say, okay, Biden maybe had dementia. He was getting older. He's not in office anymore. And he actually wasn't the candidate. We had a candidate that was going to deal with price gouging and stuff, but let's not digress to that. So Biden isn't the president. Velveeta Voldemort is. And Velveeta Voldemort has been running around making lunatic comments, and he's either lying or he's delusional, or both. But let's take gas is $1.98 a gallon. We could get into the fact that he couldn't remember the word gas for a while. He kept saying energy, and that's kind of something to do with dementia. But so, have you seen anywhere in the United States that gas is $1.98 a gallon? Don't lie now, Eddie. And that our food prices are going down. The cost of eggs has gone down, and the cost of groceries, that word that he almost came up with, is going down. Are you seeing that happening, Eddie? Don't lie. Because tariffs are a tax on the American consumer. Call them the Trump tax, Eddie, because that's what they are. Trump has now forced us into paying taxes on everything that we purchase that might come in from other countries. And Eddie, I know you're going to say that we should make things in America, but I think that as this goes on and plays out, you're going to find out that a lot of things that you thought were made in America or grown in America either weren't, or America can't keep up with the demand, so we were supplementing with other countries. And that isolationists kind of suffer and have to do without a lot of things. Now, we just went shopping the other day, and I'm going to tell you, things were a lot more expensive for what we normally buy. So, but then I wasn't surprised about that because I know that the Trump tariffs, the Trump taxes, are going to raise the cost of goods. And once they're raised, I don't think they're going to go down. Maybe gas will go up and down. That happens. But, when greedy corporate owners figure out that they can force you into paying more for their product, they're going to make you pay more for their product. They're not going to lower that price. And on that Buy American argument, yeah, when the corporations come back here, that will be after this administration has killed all of the labor unions, because we don't want people demanding a fair wage or health care or safe working environment. So we'll have to get rid of that before we can start making things in America again. You guys seem to think that China just stole all this stuff and took it over there and started making it. Corporations took their businesses to other countries because it was cheaper to make their products in other countries. And so their profit margin when they brought them back here to sell them to we American consumers was a little bit bigger. So they're not going to want to move back to America and live under the same kind of regulations that American workers expect and pay the same kind of wages that American workers demand to be paid. And if they do, you're not going to be able to afford the products that they're producing. And by the way, most of those factories are going to be run by Elon's robots. So, where's your paycheck going to come from? But at any rate, we have some new MAGAt royalty that we'll be talking about, and this is just the beginning. So, hang on to your sanity and have a lovely day.